Common misconceptions are prevalent in various aspects of our lives, shaping our beliefs and perceptions in ways that may not align with reality. Challenging and debunking them is crucial for fostering accurate understanding, promoting critical thinking, and advancing knowledge. Today, we'll share some of them with you. Interested? Just keep watching. Number 1. Maybe you've heard that bats are blind. That's false. In fact, they have fairly good eyesight. While different species of bats have varying visual capabilities, many of them have adapted to see in low light conditions. Some bats even possess excellent vision and can detect objects in the dark using their eyes. Number 2. The Great Wall of China is visible from space, but it actually isn't. Astronauts who have been to space have stated that the Great Wall of China is not visible to the naked eye from space, particularly from the low Earth orbit where most manned space missions occur. Number 3. The next misconception is that bulls get angry when they see the color red. Truth is that during bullfights or bull runs, the matadors and runners traditionally use a red cape, known as a muleta, to maneuver and direct the bull. The purpose of the cape is to attract the bull's attention and guide its movements. The waving and fluttering of the cape can evoke a reaction from the bull, but it's not due to the color itself. Number 4. Contrary to popular belief, cracking your knuckles does not cause arthritis. The popping sound you hear when cracking your knuckles is believed to be the result of gas bubbles forming and collapsing within the synovial fluid that lubricates the joints. Several studies have been conducted to investigate the long-term effects of knuckle cracking, and they consistently show no association between cracking your knuckles and the development of arthritis. Number 5. Humans have only 5 senses. In reality, humans have more. While the exact number is still a topic of debate among experts, it's widely acknowledged that humans have multiple sensory systems beyond the traditionally recognized 5 senses of sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. Some of them are vestibular sense, temperature sense, pain and pressure sense, etc. Number 6. Goldfish have a 3-second memory. And that's simply not true. While goldfish do have a relatively short attention span compared to some other animals, studies have shown that they possess the ability to remember things for weeks or even months. Number 7. The tongue has specific taste zones for different flavors. But scientific research has debunked this notion. Taste buds are spread throughout the entire surface of the tongue, including the sides, back, and even roof of the mouth. They're not limited to specific regions or zones. Each taste bud contains taste receptor cells that are capable of detecting multiple tastes. Number 8. Shaving makes hair grow back thicker. The reason for this misconception is likely due to the fact that as hair grows, it tapers naturally at the end, which can give a finer appearance. When you shave, you remove this tapered end, and the regrown hair appears blunt. This contrast in appearance between shaved hair and new growth can create the illusion of thicker hair. Number 9. The seasons are caused by Earth's distance from the sun, but not exactly. In fact, the changing seasons are primarily the result of the Earth's axial tilt and its orbit around the sun. The Earth's axis is tilted relative to its orbital plane, which means that as the Earth orbits the sun, different parts of the planet receive varying amounts of sunlight throughout the year. Distance plays a minimal role compared to that. Number 10. Dogs only see in black and white. You may have heard it, but it's not true. Dogs have some level of color vision, although it's different from that of humans. Their vision is primarily based on 2 types of color receptors, or cones, which are sensitive to blue and yellow wavelengths of light. This means that dogs perceive the world in shades of blue, yellow, and gray. Number 11. Sugar causes hyperactivity in children, except not really. Numerous studies have been conducted to examine the effects of sugar on children's behavior, and the evidence consistently indicates that sugar does not directly cause hyperactivity. In fact, several well-controlled studies have shown no significant differences in behavior or activity levels between children who consume sugar and those who do not. Number 12. This one can be a bit dangerous. Some people believe alcohol keeps you warm in cold weather. Actually, the opposite is true. Alcohol is a vasodilator, which means it widens the blood vessels and increases blood flow near the skin's surface. This can give a temporary feeling of warmth as heat is transferred from the core of the body to the skin. However, this effect can be misleading because alcohol actually causes a drop in your core body temperature. Number 13. Toilets flush in opposite directions in the northern and southern hemispheres, but not exactly. The direction in which a toilet flushes is primarily influenced by the design of the toilet bowl and the water jets within it. The Coriolis effect, which is caused by the rotation of the Earth, does have an impact on the rotation of large-scale weather systems, such as hurricanes. However, its influence on the rotation of water and small-scale systems like toilets is negligible. Number 14. Chewing gum takes 7 years to digest. And in reality, chewing gum does not remain in your digestive system for an extended period of time, nor does it take years to digest. In fact, the gum base itself is not digestible, and it passes through your digestive system without any issues. It's worth noting that swallowing large amounts of gum or regularly swallowing excessive quantities can potentially cause blockages in the digestive system, although this is rare. It's better to dispose of chewing gum properly after use and avoid swallowing it whenever possible. Number 15. Reading in dim light ruins your eyesight. While reading in dim light can cause temporary discomfort or strain on your eyes, it does not lead to permanent damage or long-term vision problems. Reading in dim light does not cause any structural changes to your eyes or damage the eye tissues. The discomfort experienced is primarily due to the increased effort required to see clearly in reduced lighting conditions. Number 16. You lose most of your body heat through your head. Yet again, not true. The amount of heat lost from any part of the body depends on several factors, including the surface area exposed to the environment and the insulation provided by clothing. If you were to leave your head uncovered in cold weather while keeping the rest of your body warm, it might give the impression that you're losing a significant amount of heat through your head. However, this is mainly because the head is often left uncovered, and the contrast in temperature between the head and the environment can create that perception. Number 17. The phases of the moon affect human behavior. Except, numerous studies have been conducted to examine the relationship between lunar cycles and the various aspects of human behavior, such as mood, sleep patterns, crime rates, birth rates, and psychiatric hospital admissions. The results consistently show no meaningful correlation between lunar phases and human behavior. Number 18. Eating turkey makes you sleepy because of tryptophan. While it is true that turkey contains the amino acid tryptophan, which is a precursor to the sleep-regulating hormone melatonin, the idea that it's solely responsible for post-meal drowsiness is not accurate. Multiple factors, including the overall quantity of food consumed and the relaxed atmosphere, play a role in post-meal drowsiness. Number 19. Camels store water in their humps. But in reality, camels do not store water in their humps. Their humps serve as reservoirs for storing fat. These fat stores serve as an energy source for camels when food is scarce. The humps allow camels to sustain themselves during periods of food scarcity by metabolizing the stored fat. Number 20. Hair and nails continue to grow after death. It's a common misconception, but the truth is different. After death, the body undergoes a process called dehydration, where the body's tissues lose moisture. As the skin dries and shrinks, it can create an illusion that the hair and nails are growing. Spooky, huh? Number 21. The belief that bananas grow on trees is only partially correct. While bananas are often referred to as trees, the banana plant is technically not a tree, but a large perennial herb. It's the largest herbaceous flowering plant in the world. Number 22. For several decades, MSG has been falsely linked to a condition known as Chinese restaurant syndrome, which is believed to cause symptoms such as headaches, flushing, and sweating. However, numerous scientific studies have failed to provide consistent evidence supporting the existence of the syndrome or a direct causal link between MSG and adverse health effects. Number 23. The misconception that people only use 10% of their brains. This one likely stems from a misinterpretation of early research findings and the idea that there's untapped potential within the brain. While it is true that the brain has a remarkable capacity for adaptation and growth, suggesting that the majority of the brain remains dormant is inaccurate. Number 24. Cold weather causes the common cold. But that's not really the case. Exposure to cold temperatures alone does not lead to illness. Viruses are the primary cause of the common cold, and transmission occurs through person-to-person contact or contact with contaminated surfaces. Our studies indicate that the best way to avoid a cold is to practice good hygiene, proper nutrition, and liking, commenting, and subscribing. Number 25. Sharks can smell a single drop of blood from miles away. It sounds impossible because it is. The exact range at which sharks can detect a scent depends on various factors, including water conditions, the type of chemical substance, and the species of shark. Some studies suggest that certain shark species can detect odors in the parts per billion range, which is incredibly sensitive, but still does not equate to smelling a single drop of blood from miles away. And we're done! We hope this video was educational, and that you're now smarter than you were before we started. Thanks for watching!